Tarama.
Oy!
Bir grupta grup maçları yapıyorlar önce. Ya oğlum.
Let's go!
Ulan.
Ben 13-11 bizde diyorum bu map'e.
Sen ne diyorsun ya?
Ses veriyorum sesi abi. Hadi bakalım bismillah. Oo be hızlı oynadık. Bayağı hızlı oynadık. Çok güzel lan. Helal.
Helal oğlum ha.
Kocasın üstüne oğlum.
Öldüremedi öbürünü. Lan.
Aman ha.
Helal lan Rus.
Helal Rus.
This is good though so far. The G2
Benimki ne yapıyor? Helal oğlum helal lan. Tamam David P kaldı o dilenecek.
Helal oğlum.
David P, he has to be oh so careful now. They started to push forwards.
Güzel. Çok güzel. Eko ile aldık. Harika başladık abi.
Maşallah ortada kalmış bir de.
Maşallah evet ortada kalmış.
Anlatıyor mu yoksa?
Yok anlatmıyorum. Zaten İngilizce caster'lar var ya.
Bana gelmiyor mu lan?
Nasıl sana gelmiyor? Sen ne duyuyorsun?
Çocukların DC'de mi herhalde? Ben nereye aldım bu çocuklar? Karşı takım
Salak
taktik
ne
yapıyor.
duyacaksın ya?
İngilizce taktik yapıyor karşı
start for
takım.
BBL. They had that just straight mid aggression up through B. A Cypher that had a flank but was cut short. But even without that,
Biri
Rus
taktik yapıyor
double
mu?
opening
Tamam oğlum
was
geliyor
saved.
sana
That was
işte.
absolutely
Go go diyor
now
bana.
manages to
Ne
get
go go go diyor amına koyayım.
And I don't think this is the kind of game where
Gelmiyor
BBL
ya.
can take any
Karşılan
risks.
tesisine
Taksana
They're gonna be
öbürüne.
coming through and just playing this gameplay. Buying up the majority of the time. CNET, who's their operator player,
Geliyor mu
obviously
şimdi?
taking over money
Geliyor.
and just playing
Ha?
with the
Şimdi
ghost.
geliyor.
But I don't expect any more than just one eco play. Their operator can do it, but outside of
şimdi
that,
şimdi iyi.
even up against pistols, you're gonna need those rifles to deal with them for the most part. I also
Ses açık oğlum.
With
Daha
the charge, with a
Sami
jet,
baksana bir
bail
sesi
out
açayım mı daha?
immediately, And
Bakayım.
obviously a ghost in hand. Do whatever you like.
He can be the point man. No
Bir
risk
tık daha açabilirsen iyi
losing a
olur.
weapon.
Tamam.
Get some extra information if he does go down, but aim are given. He could be walking away with some kills at the same time. Kara checking all the
Biz
corners and pushing his
konuştuğumuzda
way up through
bastırıyor.
short, but the site's
Ses
going to be
yok.
secured
Anladım.
completely. G2,
Bastırsın onda
they
sıkıntı
didn't
yok.
want to put anyone towards A. They will pay the price for it,
Tamam.
but it's a nice sneak in from BBL. and
Tertemiz
now they just
girdik
wanna
yalnız ha.
defend and pick up whatever
Oğlum
kills
bunlar
they
ne
can
yapıyor
out.
G2? Nasıl bir retake düşünüyorlar?
There's been huge changes.
Bu exit beklemek.
Ha
dediğimiz.
bunlar aynen bunlar
BBL,
exit
I don't know
bekliyor
what they were
tamamen.
playing with previously, but in terms of comfort zone, I think
Ben
we're
de
just
diyorum,
seeing
ne
the
yapıyorlar
versatility
amına
of
koyayım?
these
Mantıklı bak
players
abi,
that-
sonraki elde
as far as I
bizimkiler yine
remember,
Spectre
CNET
oynamak
was the
zorunda,
Cypher.
Spectre
Evet.
Now Kiro's on that role.
Bir de
As I
boş
said
yere
before,
kill verip
we've seen Aslan, we've seen
ultisi
Lego
de
play
vermiyorlar
the
ha.
Omen and Aslan on Raze.
Ama olsun biz bunları sikeriz yine.
Bak
Hiç
Sova
sıkıntı
ölür.
yok.
Sova'yı öldürürüz. Sova
I
öldü
really
büyük
love this.
ihtimal.
You saw that, right? Omen's
Hadi
just
be.
slowed
Yerde
down.
kaldı
What
ama.
do they do? They go, okay, don't risk it,
Abi.
don't use any guns. We're not going to push it. We'll actually just wait
Hadi oğlum,
X
Rus-
out the
Rus'un
site
silah
all the way
almasınlar
around.
ya. David P.
And David
Oo
P
iki
does
tane
manage
adam
to get
öldürdüler
one
bize.
at least. Artist has found Lego at the same time, so some weapons will be secured
Tamam
for
biz
this.
aldık yine.
Tamam aldık zaten
Sen
onu.
niye sevinmedin bu
Bravo.
sıkıntıya girdin?
Adamlar
Easy
şey
enough
yaptı
round
ya.
for BBL.
Oğlum nasıl kulaklık bak bu kulağından düşüyor benim tribe
Nasıl
soktu ha.
kulağından düşüyor lan?
Bu ne kulaklık bu?
Helal oğlum. Aa çok kötü
işler
bunlar.
kulak-
Normal şöyle takmalık yok mu ya?
Is quite difficult.
Amına koyayım. Kemal gene sıkıntı yarattın 2 dakika.
hadi
bana,
maç!
amına koyayım ya.
Çerez merez niye koymadın buraya? Böyle
Ya
maç mı
oldu
izlenir
amına
ya?
Ya pezevenk nargile kafede misin amına koyayım?
İyi fikir ha nargilede.
Oğlum
Özgür,
yok mu?
Özgür'e söylerim ya nargile yapmasın.
Because Mixwell is here as well, right? And he has the exit strategy potentially with that dash. So he started to get aggressive, move up forward, then bails back, gets spotted towards the spawn
Şimdi
side.
bak
But
şimdi
this
işte
means now that potentially Artist is going to be left completely unchecked.
It might be a bait, right? So
Helal
I'll
olsun.
Phantom, but either way, as they
Geldi
start
mi?
getting to
geldi
B,
geldi.
they're able
Şimdi
to
işte
get
havaya
one.
girdim ya. Şimdi
His
moda
teammate
girdim.
fell around him at the same time. They're going to be blocked off by the Sage. We'll
Güzel
see
kill
what
aldık
pushing
mı?
just
Bir
yet.
Cino
iki-
ölmüş.
Bir iki hareket
And Artist, he
gösterdim
does pick
solda
one
da.
up.
Seviyor
Heroes
mu?
with the force.
Lego'ya gösterdim bir
They're
iki
going to try and
şey.
recon and find some
O
information
kendine
in,
doğru attığın şok oku mu?
using the drone.
Özel oklar var benim.
Ha yayında da göstermiyorsun sen.
Kapatıyorum yani.
But already Patatech started to move away, so he's not going to be
Eli
affected by anything just yet. And BBL just being
verdik
picked apart
gibi
one
ya.
at a time here, right? This
Ha?
is what ended up
Gibi
happening.
gibi.
They got
Gibi
slowed
Aynen.
down by everything. They started to move around positions, but then they all got
Cino
split up
yaşıyormuş
at the
ya.
same time.
Last time BBL managed to find 5
Semih,
rounds on the
oradan
attacking
sızdın
side,
kanka.
but of those two, well, it went exactly
Ama
like
oradan
this,
CT'ye
2-0.
sızsaydı daha iyi değil
So in
miydi?
terms of their buy rounds,
Buraya
they're not
girdiler bu arada.
incredibly
Net
solid.
girdiler buraya.
Never stringing them together either, just finding one and
Semih,
then
direkt vur
falling
oğlum
down
onu.
right afterwards. So there's definitely a little bit of
oğlum
concern
Semih.
there if it
Hadi
just
oğlum
starts to
Semih.
repeat the same way, but we're in very early
Double
days.
pick,
Kiss has spotted a
bir
player
anda ona.
close right. He knows exactly what's going on, ready to take that duel, and CNET didn't quite have the operator in hand. A
Orayı
nice little double
çeklemediler.
for him on site, an operator save.
Yo
forward,
gördü şey aslında.
and with that,
Kameradan
Yok görmediler ya.
Cino.
G2 now double
Cino
up.
zıpladığında gördü ya.
I believe Artist still
Görmedi
had
abi.
his.
Görse öyle çıkmaz amına
He's
koyayım.
probably got a Phantom in hand now, so maybe he swapped.
Bence görmedi.
Olur oğlum öyle,
Pass
olur öyle
over, so
ya.
obviously just for that round and what they want to do.
Oğlum
Those
saniye.
that before the action started happening towards B. I guess what they were doing, you saw Mixel spam with the Phantom, they try and make the fix on the Phantom there. Just like Artist then back it up and then he sits in position, waits for someone to poke across. Now Mitch, you mentioned about G2 and their win rate at the moment, at least on this map.
Herkes boğalı bekliyormuş. Milli maç gibi izleniyor şu an. Aynen.
Put me on the spot there.
Sokaklara
I've got my
dökeceğiz
stats
mi
ready.
belli
So the
oldu.
last time was
Buradan
Prodigy.
Arda Can'a selam olsun yayından. Kerem teşekkürler. Sizde hoş geldiniz.
67.
Eyvallah.
Yeah, it was quite a while ago. It was,
Tamam, sıkıntı
over a
yok.
month
El
at
verdik
this
ama-
stage. No, actually.
Problem değil şu an.
One day short of them.
Oradan bir killlerimizi... Lego
Quite a
görmedin mi
while
lan?
for Valorant times.
Gördü galiba.
I don't know.
Gördü çaktırmadı galiba.
But that was with the old composition as well, where they had the
Görmemiş.
brimstone. David P opening it. Wall goes up. The spam.
Helal aslan.
Nice lan!
Over. They try and peek and
Bir
get
şey
out.
söyleyeceğim. Bu
4-3
çok iyi
lan,
oldu. Çok iyi
4-3.
oldu. Sakin
Strategy that
sakin. Daha zaman
that
var.
Mixwell does on the jet. He had to just run and ran right into the bullets.
Yeah, got himself the first kill, got a little bit too hungry for more, tries to use the
Buradan var ya
wall.
C'ye
That wasn't
döndürürsek
gonna
işte o
work
zaman.
out.
Bence çok iyi olur.
Now
Bekleyip
the
A mı
one-man
gireceğiz?
disadvantage. Sage is already
Aynen.
gone. Problematic for these guys.
Aa
but
dönüyoruz.
the weaponry is certainly in the hands of G2.
Bayağı
Can they make
basmışlar
the
ya.
most of it? We'll be finding out real soon.
Sen benim
Lego
maşallah
starts
gördün
to
mü?
work his way
Güzel fake,
towards
güzel
C. Wants to see
fake.
if anyone's pushing up anywhere just yet. Being ever so cautious.
Lego, koy
rightly
oku.
so. They haven't had
B'deki
any
de
presence
dönsün
towards
oraya.
C just yet. Like, could be
Çok
doing
iyi
a split
taktik
C.
bu arada.
Aa,
Çok
You know,
güzel oğlum.
tertemiz ha,
A'daki de döndü.
tertemiz ha.
Tertemiz ha.
Fake looks like it's being sold here.
Şu an out
Mixwell
mind
starts to
ya
have an idea
direkt.
that this could be going on.
Anladın mı sen yaptığımız olayı?
It's a long
Anladım ya.
Ne
rotate
yaptık?
though.
Outplay.
Oh yes.
O ikisi.
Artist is waiting for him before
Out
he starts to
mind,
make a
outplay.
move and
Tamam yani ne yaptık?
realize now at the sound
Yani
of the bomb
o
being
tarafa
planted.
Aram dedi ki şey gibi düşün.
Great job
Yer
done. That's the
değiştirdi.
heel pop.
Onlar
Double
A'ya
wall goes in a little bit
boşalttı.
late, I
A'ya
think.
girdiler
So it
çok.
might have broken
Öbürleri
as Mixwell was on top
kaldı
of it.
A'ya.
It did. So he's straight on through, looking for the fight with two players there. He
Onları
tried to
tanıdık
shut
mı?
down the bomb,
G2 değil
and
mi
unfortunately
onlar?
that
Nice
spike
oğlum.
is still going to be planted. Good damage by
Allah
Rust.
affetsin.
Ne oluyor? Helal!
Helal! There to save the day and close it out.
G2
İşte
en
bu
iyi
kadar
takım şu
ya.
an.
Nice attempt
Avrupa'da.
there.
Kim var?
Quick
Tanıdık biri var
retake
mı?
from
Tanımazsın.
G2, but
Patitek falan var.
BBL
CS'den
held on
oyuncular.
strong. They knew exactly what was
Takip
working
edin.
out there.
Şey var, David
Lego
P
sold
var,
that
Mixwell
fake
var.
perfectly.
Hardis, Pit.
Maxwell tanıyorum.
Maxwell değil lan Mixwell.
Vallahi onun nickini
3-1
biliyorum.
and
Mixwell
G2
Hiç
Maxwell.
şey değil mi amına
They will
koyayım?
have some
Dondurma amına koyayım Maxwell.
Vallahi onu tanıyorum.
I am just taken aback
Eski
by the fact
neyin
that,
eski oyuncu? Zul oyuncusu değil mi eski o?
Mixwell
generally
mi?
when it comes to the attacking side, you're looking at when they start there a 90% win rate
Beni tahrik etme ya.
that's-
Yanlış bir şey söyleyeceğim şimdi.
in rounds. They win 90% of the rounds that they play on the attacking side. That's pretty nuts.
Valorant 10 lira başın
And
için
so
teşekkürler
when you
abi.
look at their
İyi
defensive
gidiyoruz, iyi
side,
gidiyoruz. 3-1 şu an.
so long as they can
Bu
do
takım daha
as
hiç
they did
yenilmedi
before
mi?
and
Hiç
have
yenilmedi.
Bu muydu? G2.
a
18-0
comfortable
aynen.
spot in buy rounds, BBL will fall behind significantly when we swap over. I think really I want to see like a 9-3 for BBL before I can
Karısı
believe
Eko
them
mu şu an?
taking this map.
Yo.
Yok, Eko değiller. Ama bu eli alırsak 5-1 bu arada.
That's certainly
Ya bak
Tabii
amına
canım.
kodum. Random tarama.
Piff just spamming through.
Tamam, smoke bitiyor ga. Birazdan bitiyor smoke.
You'll find the
Çok
drone at
güzel,
least.
çok güzel toplandık.
Not able to
Cino
track
aç
the rest
skopunu
of them.
oğlum.
Doesn't have
Açtı
the
skopunu
information how
Cino.
many are there just yet. Gets rid of the
Gördü.
recon
Girdik,
dart
girdik,
straight
girdik,
away.
girdik,
He now
girdik.
sees
Çok güzel bir oğlum be.
on those CNED ready and waiting for him. Patatek's able to find Kiro, who's trying to push around. But the C site is secured.
Tamam, yerini aldı ya.
Helal
Helal
aslan.
aslan.
Aslan in a good spot. Mixer comes jumping through though, fast and furious, looking for some more. He expects them to be trying to go aggressive at mid.
David P on the rotate over, secures their back, knows that
Kötü
they're
kaldık ya.
completely safe at this point
Yapma,
as they start to
tarama,
move towards the
tarama.
site.
Oy!
Last bullet in the bag.
bir
on
tane
the
daha
Oh, and he gets another Through
Nice
the
be
smoke, a
oğlum.
double kill.
Aslan ya.
And with that,
Helal!
BBL take a fourth.
Yalnız
Öyle
snap
oldu
attı
ya.
bildiğin. Gördün mü Rogu?
Chances and they're one
O
to the
Rogu
back
vuruşu
in a
diyebilir
big
miyiz?
şey.
way.
Aynen öyle smoke vuruşu.
Zaten
Smoke
oradan
vuruşu.
çıkacak
Adam
değil mi
elle,
Rogu?
Zaten.
koymuş gibi zınk diye vuruyor böyle. Tak. Helal oldu
Confident
be.
start coming out.
Çok
First
iyiydi,
one
çok
was just
iyiydi.
like insane.
Ben de tam boşa tarama diyordum amına koyayım.
Gets it on the last bullet.
Birini daha
Goes
vurdu.
in for the
Bak şu,
reload,
şu, şu.
walks away, and then she goes,
Aslan
"Why not? Let's do it
aslan
again."
parçası.
What's the worst that can happen? They can't see me.
Same spot and everything. That one just hurts
Wait,
to
ne diyor?
watch. BBL 4-1 up. A hell of a start for them now, just up against the Pistols.
Hiç duyulmuyormuş.
And
Bir
this is-
arttırdı ya.
Aferin
What
sana.
should be a
Bir
fairly
tık daha
one-sided
arttırdım.
round. A lot of ults available. G2 if they want to use them. They could be walking in with a
Aslanı
decent
görüyor musun?
start. I think
Ya.
Mixwell's already popped his.
Ne var ya?
So he's got his
Gönül
knives
gözü
ready.
açık ya.
Karate
Gördü,
pose coming
Kapının
down middle. He's
arkasında
ready
ama
to go. Knives at his side and ready to
Bir dakika,
shoot into
kim
someone's
o?
head. And there it is.
Abi
Lego
Mixwell.
is the first one to disappear. Now he's managed to
Silah
upgrade.
aldı,
I love
kaçtı
this
ya.
look. He's falling
Ekolarda
back.
amına
And
koyayım.
he's going to probably give that phantom to one of his teammates. Because he's got his knives.
Smart decision if
Şunu yememiz
he
kötü oldu.
does.
Lan.
Gives them more of an
Biz
opportunity in
seyirci
rounds
olarak
like this for them to bounce back.
Nice oğlum.
Panitek if he could have
Tamam
hit.
durdurup başlatacağım mı?
They're trying to gain some control back here. The sage wall goes up though.
Çok güzel.
Five comes in. Oh no, they've got to
Allah.
be careful.
Allah.
So
Tamam.
going through. Some damage
Neler
being
oluyor?
taken. They're being pushed from all directions. Now the pressure's on. BBL don't know what to do.
Baba toplanıp girmemiz
Sinez
lazım
missing his
artık.
shots. That's causing some trouble. Two players are
Helal.
very low.
Helal oğlum
HP,
aslan.
but Aslan
Dikkat.
manages to open up C. The
Çok güzel be oğlum be.
Almost took him. It almost did, but unfortunately,
Onu da vurdum.
Aslan continues to frag. As he eventually falls, they
silah.
realize no one else is here.
Tamam sıkıntı yok, sıkıntı yok.
Now what to do from this point? Well, it's a recon
Bunlar
dart out
save'e
towards the
gidelim.
site, about to spot one. They now know this player's towards long.
Tamam, yok
The
orada
operator
kimse.
was hurt as
Güzel,
well, which they're
10
going to
saniye.
presume is on the jet.
David bir
And now they
arkadakini
know where the
öldürdü,
last two
Lego'ya.
players are. With the spike being planted, a 2 versus 3.
2v3.
In on the revive to Patatek.
Winnable
They
mı
can now
winnable?
come in through the
Winnable,
double
winnable.
doors, in through the garage. And look to get
O
this
hepsi
round
short
under their
oynuyor.
belt.
Hepsi short oynuyor. Cino, Cino, Cino.
They all seem to be attacking from the same way on G2, so they're just going to push through full force.
1'e 3.
Panitek finds himself the first. Oh, a
Hadi
huge
oğlum.
miss. Sinez
Bu
looking
bir.
for the ult, but he lands the heady. Looking for more. Throws out all the darts. This isn't working out, and this finishes him off.
anti
A
oğlum, anti,
huge
anti,
round
anti,
from
anti.
G2. Chaotic from start to
Orada
finish.
Q'ya
They applied the
basmasaydı
pressure
keşke
on
ya.
the BBL,
Zıplamak yerine
and they
sağdan
could
da
not handle it.
direkt sağ klik yapabilirdi bence.
That one missed flick down
Güzel,
below. If he
güzel.
gets
Olsun.
that, or if he waits a second on the
Eko
updraft,
verdik,
that
Eko
would have
verdik.
been
Nazar.
his. But unfortunately, CNED not
Aa,
able to
adamı
get
da
it on the
biliyorum da
board. So
ara ara.
G2 do rock it.
Nazar
Second.
boncuğu kanka bu nazar
And
boncuğu.
we see, look,
Vuruyor.
it took a lot of
Logo
ultimates.
oldu.
Bizimkiler mi lan
It
bunlar?
cost their ult economy a lot, but that was
Kafamda
just pistols
çeviriyorum
outside of it.
zannediyorum.
He doesn't miss that. Maybe it would have been his. Who knows? We'll never find out.
Ulan
the answer.
Kemal mizaj ya.
Could he have won the clutch in the 1v1? As now we come into round number 7. And we're obviously going to see the full investment from G2. But the rounds 1 up,
NT,
BBL can do
NT.
much the same. Their ultimates are fairly light. They can at least get some info with the
Hemen
Omen.
NT'nin anlamını
Or if they
söyleyelim.
find no
Nice
try.
decipher, but that ain't happening
Nice
today.
try bilmeyen arkadaşlar için.
If he on
Nice
the
try
wall,
ne demek hocam?
He's immediately bailing out.
güzel
He's not making the
deneme.
mistake he did last time.
İyi
Yeah, he
denemeydi.
was
Olsun.
avoiding
Moralini
standing
bozma
on it.
gibi
Aynen
al,
öyle.
Being found.
algılanabilir.
Grab the ult orb. He's got time for it as well, and certainly beneficial up on the stage.
SC var bir de.
O ne?
BBL
O
still though.
yenilirsek görsün.
Towards the stage side. Kiro checking the corners. Shock dart goes out. They're well aware that there's more than a couple of players now here. Unable to connect with
Çok
anyone
güzel
just
ama
yet.
iki
Artist,
kişi daha var
he
orada. Oraya
overextends,
girmek
he
bir tık
does some
sıkıntı
damage, but
olabilir.
he can't find the kill. He gets
Abi
healed
çok
up as
kötü
well
yerini
there for
istedi.
Kiro. So Kiro's
Aa,
looking
kaçırdı.
real pretty. Mixwell missing a shot that he really needs to hit. And
Aa,
the second one
vurmamış,
goes
tamam.
down.
Aa, Kiro
Kiro
helal.
has to remove the tracking dart. He's trying to get himself into a good position. Finally landing the shots.
Çok iyi lan
Panic
Lego.
as well, but Lego, he's
Onu da
not
vurdum.
done.
Onu da vurdun helal.
Gol be.
Now it's all on
Helal
Piv.
aldım.
1v1, 1v1 sakin.
V1. He's up at
Semih'in sevdiği eller
full
kanka.
health. Phantom in hand.
Hadi be.
Oh, here we go. Split screen is hit that splits the head straight off his opponent,
Enti
winning out
dedi.
the round with a defuse
Oğlum.
and putting G2 on
Vallahi
3.
ping farkı var.
Acele
İyi,
pikledi
ekonomileri
ya.
bozuluyor.
He's gonna go
Ekonomileri
save an
bozuluyor
operator
kanka.
by
Bomba
the looks
kurdu.
of it.
Bir şey söyleyeceğim. Almanya bayrağı var ama G2 bildiğin Avrupa Birliği abi.
He was just going on a walk, stretching.
Bir
his
tane
legs.
Alman oyuncuları var.
Anyway, Mixwell died in sight and he had the operator, so...
Takım menşei Alman
Takım
oyuncularından
Alman
olabilir. Evet.
ya.
Maybe that was
Olabilir.
just miscommunication. on what it was.
Aslında G2 Ocelot'un takımı değil mi?
Either way,
Evet.
2 rounds in a row
Ocelot
now for
İspanyol
G2.
ama merkezi
They're
Almanya
coming
mı
down
yapmış?
though, right to the wire, right? That
ilginç.
1v1 just then. The bust onto the A G2.
Bu neresi
İspanya'da
lan?
kurulmuş.
Bu ne lan?
Ama Alman
There's a bear
base'li.
on every map. For those of you that don't
neymiş lan?
know,
Ayı
you just
var
have to
orada.
go
Fransa mı?
look really hard.
Takım
to
Almanya'da
find
kuruldu diyor bak Şükrü.
Ha, takım
Almanya'da
Almanya'da
the
kurulmuş.
studio every day. That you guys can look not as hard to
Hoca
find.
G2
You
ha.
don't have to know. It's there's not that much space for us to hide it. Really, unfortunately,
We'll start putting it in obscure locations.
we could put it in like the city of Hamburg somewhere.
Send someone to go find
Eko
it.
muyuz? Ekoyuz. Aa çok iyi timing.
Difficult Easter egg hunt.
Gir abi gir.
Pistols only, the sheriffs. Spammed out like crazy. They're quickly going to push up though. They've gone through to see window. Mixwell holding strong.
Maxwell's been darted. It's pretty dangerous from that position. But
orada
luckily,
ya.
Palisek was there to just keep them back.
Bu el
Like,
biraz
don't
zor.
swing on him.
Ay.
Hardest position. He's spraying through that smoke. Starts
Güzelmiş.
wrecking the first two,
Ne
but
kadar
can't get the
adam
last.
düşürsek o kadar kar abi.
His weapon won't be picked up though. That's at least. the
Var mı bir
benefit
diggle'ın
now.
daha?
The rest of his
Olsun
teammates start
enti.
to push round. Spike on the floor. It's only the
Aslan
open
yok mu
lane.
lan
Aslan
bir diggle
gibi
şovun?
ama.
Now Aslan's been able to pull off some crazy shots.
Nice bu bir.
Does get one, but he's very low on health.
Enti.
That's not going to work out for him.
Olsun.
Piff manages to catch him. 4 for 4. And
Anthony
G2
Ama
Senin
mantıklı olan
armor'ı
CS
bozmuş.
gibi yapmaları. Fnatic İngiliz
Starting to get
takımı
back into it
ama
now.
İsveç bayrağı. Ne
was
bayrağı?
certainly looking scary from the aggression that BBL was
İsveç
able to
bayrağı
show from the
kullanıyorlar.
beginning there.
Abi Feyi, Erdal abi. Çok karışık ya bunların kadroları.
Such a nice shot.
İki tane yok yani
Damage
aynı
pushes them
milliyetten
forward.
adam. Hepsi ayrı şeyden, ülkeden.
Hey, a little bit of damage from BBL. They took away
Yayın
a couple
donmuyor
of
arkadaşlar. Ya
weapons. It's
onların
4-4
yayın
to
donuyor.
get their
Benim yayın
investment
donmuyor
through.
şu an. Sıkıntı yok.
See exactly what they can do. Definitely a
4-4
disadvantage in
oldu.
terms of the
Bizler
ult economy.
Türk.
We mentioned before that G2
Evet, bizler.
solid as can be on the attacking side.
Durdum, bunu mu
90%
söyledin
of the
amına
5 games that they've played.
Güzel
Güzel
oldu,
oldu
çok
güzel.
güzel.
Ha, bize bir el daha yeter bize bak.
Güzel vuramadı.
Again, the benefit of having that jet in play.
Güzel
Jet'in
kaçırıyor
dişi-
bugün bayağı.
He tagged him at the save.
Peki
with the
Miswell
heal,
mi
but
Ferit?
he ended the heal already.
Mixwell mi Cino mu diyorsun?
So now when they push
Yok
in,
Miswell oldu. Anladın?
Anladım
directly
Sami.
have it available.
Oo. Sağında mizaj da var.
var.
Şimdi bak şimdi izle.
Ama
Absolutely
işte
for free. Palisek's
Semih'in ona
able to
bakması
pick up
lazım
one.
ya.
The ult as well on Artis in with another frag. Sage
Oğlum bu
makes it
adamlar lan
through the
düşman
window.
olması.
Hayır
But at what
başlıyor buradan.
cost? They've already lost two of their
Kırmızı
players,
bizdeyiz oğlum
one of which
karşımızda.
had the
Evet,
ult
biziz,
online.
biziz.
The other ult in play is for
Kero,
Kero?
Kero gördü
Kero?
That
sıkıntı yok.
important. He has to
Nice,
find a
çok
Kero.
güzel oğlum.
There we go. Two.
Açtı,
As you completely
açtı.
open C. Now that
Babacım,
ult can go through to find
gol.
the
Helal
saves.
oğlum.
The
Yus
final
oyna
piece
C'ye.
of the puzzle on the defense.
İşte bu kadar.
Cino da şeyi vurdu.
Helal.
David'i vurdu. Let's go. Helal.
That ult. Cena getting the last kill, and that was a
Helal
huge
oğlum.
round for them. It
Hızlı,
wasn't
hızlı,
looking
Kero
like it
hızlı,
might
güzel
run
oldu.
so well for them at the
Ya
beginning
yine
there.
oğlum böyle sürekli donuyor. Şu düzgün
Evet
yayın
kanka.
verirler.
They've grabbed the 5 rounds that you said they got last time on their attacking side, Mitch.
Ferit
How much
1080'den
further can they
720'ye
push
çekin
this?
istiyorsunuz.
Otomatik
Ben öyle
mi
yaptım,
yapsam
bir şey
acaba?
yapmadı. Donmamaya başladı.
Tamam 720 yaptım.
Hopefully a little
Bu
bit
da bir
more.
tık kömür ama ya
It wasn't
Sami.
enough last time when they played each
Donmuyor
other as a
lazım
set.
ya.
Ama donmuyor.
G2 were gonna be
Böyle.
Az önce de çok donmuyordu aslında. Arada bir stutter giriyordu.
It means a lot to them. It's still a full
1080
investment
devam
from
ya.
G2. They've got everything to work with. Mixwell, very passive angle compared to what
Oğlum
he usually
fenaymış
plays at.
ha.
But they're making up for it. A Cypher push straight down C long. The cam that spots out nobody's here. He's free to swing, and with that they know it's not C. They can start moving players towards the B and A side stacks. As David P is currently alone on A, that could be a
İki
big
tane
problem
double door.
for them.
Tamam,
They need to
güzel info.
react to the information they've got.
A'ya
With Pith
hafiften
already
sızalım.
having
Şu an
that
A'ya çok
intel,
rahat
I
gireriz.
would have imagined they'd at least have
Evet,
2A,
Sage tek
2B
başına
at
alamaz
this
bu.
point. If
Evet.
not,
Cino aç skobunu. Cino aç skobunu. Hayır. Gördü.
Açtı.
Gördü.
Timing.
Tamam siktiler ki bunu
Puts the
burada.
wall
Bir
up.
dakika
Helal
Cino
olsun.
vurur ki.
From
Cino
that
vurur.
angle, that's exactly what happened. Cena
İğme
makes
hesaplamadı.
it super easy for himself.
Tamam aldık böyle.
They're just going to bundle into the A site once again. They've had a
Tamam,
lot of
arka
success
Cino da.
here.
Çok iyi bu arada. Bu elde alırsa.
G2 just
Alacağız,
making the
alacağız,
wrong
alacağız.
reads on how this is going.
I mean, I understand.
Tamam, ama T avantajı
having
ya
your
bura.
two players
Hayır be abi,
still
TT
towards the
avantajlı.
B side,
Bence
but leaving
bu adamlara
David
karşı T
alone
avantaj
A,
söyleyeyim.
first
Bu
of all,
adamlar da T'yi iyi
seems
oynayacak.
crazy. When you know C
4
long is
kişi
clear, it's
korudu
a
abi.
50-50 chance.
Gelmiyorlar
Pith
bak,
is ready to
koruyorlar
instant
C'den.
flank B, so the main threat is A. Because if
Mantıklı.
you lose your player there, well, then they just walk on and take it for free. It's a very difficult site to retake as well because it's just two
çok
choke
zor
point
almaları
angles,
zaten
one of which you have to
bomba
jump
patlamak
out of if
üzere.
you go up to
Ha,
the 7.
şeyi koruyor.
So
Bir de kuruldu ya
you're
bizimkiler.
not getting out of there easy.
Silahlarını
Son ultimiz
koruyorlar.
falan
And then
var.
to send David P aggressive, it just furthers the risk for what seems like very
Mesela
little
buranın da
reward.
sol ultisiyle
Okay, yeah,
açsak
if he
bir
sees
yana.
it's
Ben bu arada
clear, it's great,
bilmediğimden
but if
değil.
he
Arada
dies, you lose the
chatte
round more
yeni
than
izleyenler
once.
var ya. onlara
Especially
öğretelim
considering the
yani,
state their
şey
economy
gibi
was
böyle.
in, they didn't really have
Onlar öyle
the
niye falan diye
credits to
dalga
go in for that
geçiyor.
retake. So
Hepsi
I don't
biliyor
get it.
sanki.
It was a little bit
Sage
wild,
bu
a little
arada
close.
ultisini açacak bizim.
4 saved weapons
Bir kile veya
though
bir
from
orba
that round.
ultisi
The
geliyor.
G2, they need to make some sort of an attempt at bringing that back into line before it spirals out of control. BBL showing us a very strong attacking side.
Lego,
and it's
şu
seen there
Sage'i bir
being the
öldürsen
charge.
ultiyi kullanmaz.
Aslan's been the one
Ultiyle var ya.
opening up the
Kısacağım.
sites though in style.
Tamam bir tık kıstım.
Yeah, for Aslan, he was a participant in a lot of the opening duels for this team last time that they played as well. That was with a raise, mind you, so it's a little bit different, obviously, but no, he's making it work here as well. I'm quite impressed by BBL,
Ah be.
what they've been able to do.
Yakalasak güzel olurdu.
Ult being used on the Sova, trying to trace them through the walls.
Güzel bir tane vurdu galiba. Değil mi? Yok vuramamış.
Aynen biri şeyi Cypher
vurmuş, aynen.
hafızalıyor.
Success found though.
Ha orada değilmiş.
Mixwell not
Dish
able to
yok
hit these
Mixwell'in.
shots at the moment. And we've said this about G2 many times. When Mixwell
yine
has one of these
small
slow
bastı,
games
small.
of his, it starts
Abi
to become
herif
very
small
hard for the
bastı
rest of
vurdu
the team
ya.
to get going into it.
Neyse orba alıp kaldırır.
Tamam aynen
ya.
aynen ultisi var bizimkinin.
That dominant G2 lays dormant while he's
Direkt
doing
kaldır
this.
hatta orba aldı kaldıracak şimdi.
Revive
Da
comes
smoke
up.
bitebilir. Tamam
Puts it
güzel
back into an
kaçtı.
even footing situation.
Bir anda A'ya çevirmedik mi?
being
O
run
sırada
down a
Kero'lar
little bit
girmedi mi? Aynen.
You
Aynen.
can see that
Şortasız
they're just
ke...
wasting time
There
in
you go.
selling fakes
Çok güzel
on the
oldu.
BBL side, and so far, G2 have been so
Rotate'i çok yavaş
strict
atıyor
at
zaten.
holding on to the C and B site. A 2-2 hold, even with the Cypher there. Cypher, who typically solos A. I mean, yes, the Sage can slow it down. She can play solo site, but on something so open and so hard to grab intel as the
Ay,
A ball,
görmedi.
I don't expect that to really
Helal
go
lan!
as she plays.
Sami,
And as
sen
David
öndesin.
B gets
Sus.
taken out, you see that defense is practically non-existent at this
Ne
point.
oldu ya?
Kiro so busy trying to deal with the recon, he got shot in the back. What the hell was that? Artis has just walked in and taken a 3
Bu bir,
for
Semih.
free. They know where the last
Thanks.
player is.
Thanks.
Paranoia through, but it's not
Yayını
even
bir-
needed as Artis just clean.
Yayını bir durdurup
Direkt
tekrar
şeyden-
Actually, right above him, he's like, normally it'd be like
Oluyor lan.
slightly diagonal, just up in the sky a bit.
Yeah.
Instead, he's like, oh god, shot it. And by
Space'ten şey oluyor ya. Düzeliyor.
Tamam.
Kaç
evet.
mesela
Artist comes
şampiyon
around
sen
swinging, he deals the damage, he finds himself the kills. And only one round left before
Efendim?
we swap halves. G2
Süre?
will definitely want to get that one on the boards,
18,
but it's still
17,
a
16.
big
Aynen.
buy coming out from both sides. BBL not really under pressure when it comes to that side of things.
Son
They've
el.
managed to keep rounds together quite neatly throughout this.
Bu eli almamız
G2
lazım.
only went on a 3-round
Bu eli alıp 7-5 yaparsak çok güzel olur.
Hissettim yani.
It is worth mentioning as well. Like obviously, Aslan. I say it's so surprising to me just because of the map we're talking about in particular and the game they had versus G2 before that he's playing the Omen. He
Ay
did
amına
play the
koyayım
Omen
ya,
quite a lot.
takılma.
Majority, I think, in his other games. There's more recent ones.
Okay.
And he's a solid entry fragger with it. It's just I really wanted to see that
Adam
raise.
oluyor lan orada.
Aynen.
Not so much on Haven. I mean,
Çıkıyor ya oraya.
that's the first time I've ever said that because it's so open. But
Çok güzel be.
pivotal role up against
Tamam,
G2
süper,
before.
biz
There's
de.
the opening. Artist spans from back yet again. But now Jet
Çok
up
güzel
close.
Cino.
Spells Panatek in the back. A throwing knife and a free kill. They can now get
Kero,
that
burada
spike
Kero
planted.
çok
with no
güzel
ult
be
left
Kero.
to really
En önemli
harass
kill'i
them.
aldı var
And
ya.
Kero gets his revenge, taking out Mixwell and
Tamam,
leaving that
yarraydılar.
3 versus 2. The retake for
Adamın ultisi
G2
var
with a man
yalnız.
disadvantage.
And the only
Kimin
two
lan?
kills so far come from
Karşı
Artist's
Sage'in.
ult.
Ha.
Bekleyecek ki Kero.
Him and David P on the retake. It's all or nothing for this round. Cypher Camera's going to upload all the information. They know exactly where they are. He has to
Yapma.
poke into it. Nicely done though. CNED misses a vital shot.
Kanka.
Artist pushing round. He's up at 4 kills. He's looking to seal the deal and get all the damage done.
Hadi
But
lan
now
Semih.
it's all on David
Kaldı.
P. The revive comes in straight away. He's got a chance of it. David P saves Artist from going down straight after it goes in. They'll
Ah,
get the
oğlum
round.
be.
And what a way to seal the deal.
Evet yani.
He
Teşekkür
revives
ederiz.
Artist. Straight
Olsun.
away, Lego goes back on the kill. But David P was able to
Olsun
fire
be.
back. 6-6 first half here.
Easy.
It was
Kanka,
looking
ilk ele
scary for
bakıyor.
Kötü verdik
G2
ya
at one point.
Sonel'e.
They're not out of the woods yet. BBL are looking strong.
Yeah, they most certainly are. We didn't even see the same level of depth from the G2 defense that we have in the past. That was a
İlkel
much
önemli.
more controlled
Bayağı
and
önemli.
relaxed gameplay, and it works out better, if
Chat,
anything.
moral
against
bozmuyoruz
BBL.
chat.
who, as we saw, have that slow
Aynen.
attacking side.
Kötü yorum
They
var,
like
kötü
to
yorum
self-bait.
yapmıyoruz.
They like to play
Pozitif
a
vibe,
very,
full
very
pozitif vibe.
relaxed game. And that's led them
Negatiflik
to a
yok.
position where time and time again, when G2 were playing them previously, they would get aggressive
Arkadaşlar,
and
kolay
they'd run
gelsin.
right into 2 or 3
Eren'cim hoş
players.
geldin.
Hoş
Just like
geldin
David
abi.
P did on a long, or a short, excuse me. Now,
Vallahi
herif
de
in this
izliyorduk.
game, it
Geldim
came with a
eve.
more controlled thing.
Hoş geldin kanka.
Herif 18 vurmuş oğlum ilk yarıda ya.
Mixwell
Eli yanıyor
barely even
pezevenk.
getting involved.
Aris,
This
evet, bayağı iyi
game is
oynadı.
all artists. He is 18 kills on the board
Cem
in the
pişiyoruz.
first
Çok
half.
iyi, çok
His
iyi.
next teammate has 8th, James. That's ridiculous.
Ay,
Helal lan, helal. Oğlum çok iyi be.
Aslan's there as well. They've gone super aggressive on the pistol round. And G2
Ya hak
don't
ettik,
know
bu
what
meta hak
hit 'em.
ettik amına
Mitch, I
koyayım
said to
ya.
you, I want to see BBL
Ya gebertin
throw some
şunu amına
aggression.
koyayım, şov
Well, that's
yapmasın ya.
exactly what they've done on the
Dilenme lan.
defensive side.
One at a
But
time.
they're walking into
Dilenmiyor
David P
diyor.
one by one. He has used his one heal though. He's still got a slow up. 35 seconds. And
Sıkıntı
his
yok
heal
ya.
will come back, but he's already at 100 health. He's walked away with 2 kills. They do need to be careful.
üç
The
kişi
Sage is
bombaya
still up.
yatsa
Their
zaten
Sober
ikisi
is
yine
very
falan.
low.
Aynen aynen.
He has to be able to get the spike at the same time. It's not impossible for David P to do. But what I would like to see him do right now is reload.
Dibe sokturacağım ha.
Yes, with 7 bullets and the fact that his opponents have probably grouped up into a 3-man army, it is definitely
bayağı
time
bombayı
to
falan da saldık.
reload. He's going to start making a move in towards C long to pick up that
Garanti
spike,
oynuyorlar ya
conscious
kanka,
there could be
iki
a
verdik
player
ya.
around
Evet.
absolutely any corner. And the key thing about BBL's approach is that they've got 3 players garage, right? So quick response to C or B, depending on where the spike is attempted to be
Bak
planted,
lan kapıdan
and a
görüş
camera
adamı.
on A. And that's huge. And the camera only has to worry about short because of the
Rus
tripwire.
vurdu
He's
ya.
about to
Gir
run
oraya.
right on into one. There's a free kill. Barely any damage.
Oh,
No, no
ne
damage
yapıyor?
taken.
Nice
He thought he
lan.
had to heal. Even he was questioning how
Helal
he got
oğlum,
away with
çok
that
kötü
one
bunlar.
without taking a shot. And if he didn't, had the gun out.
Orospu çocuğu ayaküstü 4
Right.
top orta kaslar.
Arada
Amına
top-
koyayım
And
8.
67
Evet,
we go
F5
BBL.
Hemen böyle.
Herif sağlam dilenci
David
çıktı
P.
anasını
But
satayım.
phenomenal
What?
aggression from start to finish
Ne
there for
oğlum bu?
BBL. I just got scared, like you said, right, when they went one by one just then into David P. Just imagine if he just took the kill here and then held back instead. He thought about healing, realized I made a great error, went for the 360.
Neden
but
E
it was a
basıyor, neden
360,
Q
then
basıyor
bullets in the
mesela?
back of
Orada
his
ben onu
head. Didn't even get
Oğlum
the full
çünkü
turn
yani
going
üçünün
down.
de aynı yerde olmasını
7-6
beklemiyor. Bir kişi
pistol for
tutuyordur
BBL.
Double Door'da işte.
G2,
İşte ilk
they
niye
might have
bastı
been
zaten
met
full
with
HP.
aggression now.
Onu anlamadım.
Burası,
first
heyecan
round.
işte oğlum.
Will BBL
Nice
be able
oğlum
to keep it
Gördü,
going?
gördü. Diğerleri-
Paddy
Var, var,
goes
bir kili
straight
daha
into
var.
the first one. Artist though continues to do the damage and pick up
Aslan.
these kills. But against these type of weapons of
Bir HP
limited way to attack back,
Aman
Cino
he's
geldi.
going to have to be the aggressor in this situation.
3 ve 3.
I mean, they are completely trapped. You can see they're looking for a way out with the camera going towards the hall, trying to open up C, get some
Evet,
info so they can swing. But they've spread back. They've got a
Otelleri
little bit of
inşallah
control
düzgün
towards
atmıştır.
top mid. Now, there is a tripwire here. No doubt it'll be spotted with how slowly they're playing. Give it a
Üstünden
second.
zıplayabilirler mi?
There we go. And the movement forward immediately afterwards because the
Aa, iyi
notification's
gidiyorlar.
out that that trip has
Oraya
been
gidiyorlar.
trapped.
Lego,
And
Lego
moving
yakaladın
on
oğlum.
in.
Yakaladın oğlum.
Oh, this is dangerous.
Yakaladı, yakaladı, yakaladı.
Detected right up behind them. He
Nice!
triggers not there, but it's an easy
Çok güzel,
double.
olsun lan,
And
olsun.
although he
Çok
can't
güzel,
manage
çok
to
güzel.
finish them
On
off on the
HP, that's
final
on
player,
HP.
he
Helal
leaves
olsun ha.
with literally 12 health. He'll get a notification if they decide to push him, so that's at least a spike plant. But winning this one, I mean, hats off if he does.
Well, he does have the bulldog.
Nice!
He doesn't have the
Whoa.
health straight away.
Whoa.
Wide swing, no problem at all for Aslan. And now we're up at
Küçük
8
kalp krizleri.
rounds for
Kaleler
BBL.
yoruyor ya.
2 in a row wasn't really a problem for him. Did look a bit scary at one point. If that push had come through and they hadn't been found by Lego, there might have been a chance for G2.
60k izleniyoruz ha.
So smart
Karşının
here as well.
tehlikeli
Look,
çarık
he hears
kim
the
peki?
footsteps, doesn't go too fast, instantly
Bu
finds the
maç için
spike
şey,
carrier.
Sova'da.
If anyone else had the spike carrier, they would have had more of a chance. The fact they knew they had to turn around, you're just
Evet,
basically
oynayan
looking at him
bunlar.
at that point.
Aynen
Yeah,
şey.
that was quite unfortunate. For BBL, they're over the moon.
Sami.
And with an
Efendim?
8-6
Sivas'ta
scoreline,
baksana.
look, it's a good start. It's what they definitely needed. We talked about the game that they had previously, and things obviously didn't go according to plan in that one, despite a decent start to the first half. This is where things need to take a turn for the better. BBL were decent on defending rounds last time. I think they're 4-4 of the buy rounds went their way. And as we enter that would bring them to 12.
Girdik mi lan, ne oldu? Ha onlar B'ye
And I think
giriyor.
it's
Tamam
definitely
retake
arguable they're
bekliyoruz.
playing a much better game now. You probably put it down to the lack of the raise that they've got. I know I said I wanted to see it. That's more so just based on repeating the insane performance Aslan had with it, even though this isn't the map where
Güzel.
typically a raise thrives.
Tam info var.
Mixwell still landing the kills though, even though he was spotted out.
Koru.
This is not looking good for BBL. They can't find their way in. CNED will pick up one at least with the operator, but he needs to get a hell of a lot more done. He falls at the hands of Dave.
Nice
and
one.
Panatek will come in to
Nice
seal
one.
the deal with a kill.
Ulan dedim aslan mı vuruyor bana koyayım. Abi
Lot more
çok takıldı
convincing
ya.
than any
yayın.
of their previous rounds. They need to keep this going. Keep your foot on the
Echo muyuz?
pedal and keep moving
Echo'yuz.
forward. Arlish is just really far up there, way above anyone else. Mixwell, the thing is, right, how many times do we see this look
Yanlış
back
hedef.
at games from G2? And Mixwell has these games where he's just not hitting shots. But then what always happens, and this is the scary part, even if they lose or win, he just comes back and he's like, oh, okay, different Mixwell's here now.
That and the fact that G2
Bu
have the
iki.
depth that
Bu
they
ilk
can turn
maç.
around to literally any
İki maç
player on this
oynanacak.
roster and say,
İlk map Heaven,
I'm not fragging,
ikinci
you
map
frag. And that's no
Askent.
problem. That works out.
Grup maçları,
okay, this well, when
ilk
you're investing
maçımız.
that much onto an operator, you want him to
Yeah,
deliver.
that's the thing.
It's not as costly with the way this economy works.
Bu ne
than
abi,
what you would
bomboş
be used
girdiler
to if you
amına
watch
koyayım.
Counter-Strike. You'll be thinking,
Bizimkiler
okay,
A'da
well,
tabii,
operator,
destek
that's a
yapmışlar.
really expensive weapon, but it's not as strenuous because it's a little more forgiving here in Valorant.
Okey sıkıntı yok.
Oh, this could be very dangerous if anyone had a win towards A. That's a triple stack with a shorty, I think a judge, and a sheriff. You'll be shredded if you walk into that. Look at these.
Şu an infoyu aldı.
Took it for free.
Cypher.
And look, when you've got weapons like that, C is your bomb site. You go into B, there's 50-50 angles. There's lots of close range angles you've got to take and block off for retakes. You go towards A, same thing.
Altı
That's
HP herif,
pretty sick
inanılmaz
from
ya.
David P, just shredding. But when you go to C, that's where you've got range. And up against pistols, range is what you want. There's 150-50. Once you get onto the site, you're secure. They even use the Omen TP to get over there, negating the 50-50 angle. Everything about that was
Nazar boncuğu olsun. 8-8.
Çino'da ninja
just
denedi ya.
minimizing risk, really.
Ne yaptı lan? Ulti mi açtı
Oh,
o?
when
Yani
did
ulti
CNET
round'un başında açmıştır.
That's depressing.
Eko
Maybe he
roundlarda
thought
ulti
he might have
açıyor.
had a way in because they were going very aggressive down C long, but try to get close enough to try and maybe get a sneak defuse in. Wasn't going to be possible.
Önemli
Ninja
round.
this time
Evet
around.
bu bayağı önemli round.
8-8 though, it's all
Kırılma
even.
roundu.
This is where G2 are going to look to really
Bunu
step it up a
yenilemeyiz.
notch.
Bu roundu
See,
kesinlikle almamız
so one thing I
lazım.
don't like about the jet ult is when you pop it, if you miss a sound cue and we're not watching the player, you're not going to notice it. Because see, like here it's already activated, but it
Şimdi
remains
çekiyorlar
yellow.
değil mi? Bir şey almamışlar.
So, like,
Çekiyorlar,
CNET's
aynen.
wasted that. Now, I get it, when you're on
Çekiyor.
pistols, that's the benefit of it. It's a free rifle, basically, right? 5-bullet rifle that reloads automatically. If you manage to get a kill with that, or they push the right
Bak
side, it
A'ya
can be
hızlı
very good.
yerleştiler. Hızlı
But
oynuyorlar
unfortunately,
ya.
sometimes it's just wasted.
Güzel,
I
güzel
much
drone.
prefer it right when
Lego
you
drone
don't
ya.
have the money or you
Gördük,
maybe have a
güzel.
force buy and then you
Tamam,
get your
cheese A'da ya.
Bunu aldılar.
or it's a clutch play or something like that you want to go for, you know, when you don't have the extra ammo, you want to reload. Oh, they snuck all the way in there.
Omon fear'ına
We'll have a
dikkat
little
etsek
bit of
yeter şu an
information to
ya.
play off.
Wow.
Ult's going to be used.
Rus çok iyi oğlum.
Helal Rose.
Not able to connect too far just yet. Ross found the opening kill though. Artist trying to push back around. David P's up to his old tricks again. And this
Çok
is
iyi
brilliant from
girdiler ya,
G2.
çok
One
iyi
by
girdiler
one,
ya.
BBL are falling. And they could not get it going. They tried to
Cino!
defend, but there was
Ne
too much
yaptın
going
lan?
on around them.
There was, James. It's happening everywhere, and for G2 at the
Harbiden.
moment,
AP'de Heaven'la düşmesi
locking down A. I mean, look at this. They're post plant. They're just leaving. They're like, yeah, he's not going to come for this. Just Aslan. Don't worry about it.
This is the time we all have a
Şu
chance.
davulu çaldırın bana çocuklar
He's
hadi.
got 2 smokes still. He could get in there and get the defuse on. The problem is it's not for free.
Yeah.
He's got that Phantom in hand.
Sıkıntı yok,
That could be
sıkıntı yok.
very
Evet,
valuable.
strese girdim.
I don't think they've got a lot of money for the next
Comeback'leri
round
severiz.
because obviously they ecoed and then or they semi-forced.
Comeback'leri
And
severiz
then this
de.
was
Karşı bayağı iyi ya.
their buy round. So realistically, you should just be saving this Phantom. But it's a shame because if he double
Daha
dropped
agresif
smokes, I
oynamamız
think
lazım
he had
bence
a pretty
bunlara
good
karşı.
shot of actually just diving down, starting the
Oyunlarını
defuse and
kurmalarına
maybe even
izin
getting
verdiğimiz zaman
Evet bir iki kişi
one of
entry'ye
those
çıkmadık
things.
bence.
If he went for
yapamıyoruz
it, I'd call
ya.
him an idiot. So
evet entry falan denememiz lazım yani.
Finally in the lead though, for the first time
21
throughout this
vurmuş
game.
herif ya.
G2 managed to get their ninth on the board. They're going to force BBL onto this low by only the saved Phantom and pistols alongside it.
yeah, I mean, ideally they're not going to be buying a whole lot.
Dedi adam BBL dedi.
You could potentially see like CNET on a Sheriff. Obviously not a fan of going in for the shorty plays. We've actually got a Marshall on Caro to look for the long range duel straight down C long. Presumably, so I sort of like this 3-man stack towards the C site because you've got a Cypher. If they spot Cypher, they'll probably presume he's alone. Or possibly, maybe that's the kind of thing they're trying to sell. But in fact, he'd have a Phantom backing him up and a player in garage.
A'ya girecekler.
Right on the edge here with a frenzy. Close range, it could get a kill like that, but Mixwell too fast on the trigger. Mixwell pushes through very aggressively, then uses the updrift.
Ne kadar düşürürsek okey ya. Çok iyi kör lan.
Way through. That's going to blind pretty much all of them, but not Patatek because he teleported just in time. I think he still was actually paranoid, but luckily he could see close to him. Oh, that's a whiff and a half! But Kero, luckily, only good for one. As double digits are hit for G2, they continue to stroll towards their scoreline of 13, where they want to be and where BBL have so far struggled to stop them. Matter of fact, James, I look back at some of the older games from G2, and whenever they've had the Omen instead of the Brimstone, it's been a 100% win rate the whole time, not just the last 5 in a row. So, looks like Brim was the problem.
Oğlum ne maçları döndürdük amına koyayım. Dün 10'a 2 maçı döndürdük ya.
You do see it though in the entries that they have.
BL alsa kırılacak.
I mean, that's why they obviously swapped to him. They tried Omen way back before that update. He was all right. I mean, he had some decent depth to him, but now with the paranoia the way it is, it's huge. If you enter towards one of these sites, you're guaranteed the players are going to be blind on a certain angle.
Bak gene bak bu Sage sürekli midi kovalıyor. Şu ölse çok iyi olur biliyor musun? Ultisi de var.
Luckily stays alive. No one was able to push him. G2 are trying to work their way across. Now real fast Artist wants to push it. He's on top of it.
Helal Kero, helal lan.
This is a huge lockdown coming in for BBL.
Ona da Rus.
Çok güzel bir oldu be.
Helal olsun.
Çok güzel be.
9th round secured and BBL will not allow G2 to stretch their legs too far. Staying right on their toes, just one round behind.
Bu roundu alırsak ekolar mı?
Absolutely everything to play for within this.
O paraları iyiydi
Yok
ya.
kanka ya, full 9 saydı adamların hepsi.
Bir 2 round daha almamız lazım galiba.
Ya herifler taba basmıyorlar ya, ekonomi göremiyoruz kanka.
Evet ya.
Ne biçim maçı sunuyorsunuz abicim siz?
Hah.
Be a buy from both sides either way.
Kanka.
Bir şey diyeyim mi? Bu round'dan
2
sonra
round.
Adam
2
Yok
round.
gene alırlar.
Maybe
Gene
G2
alırlar
is
2 round.
needed as well.
Bizim sıkıntı şu
Semih
an
var lan bir
aslında.
kilin.
Quite a lot to play with. I mean, both teams have the exact same ults online. You get a little bit of info gathering. I think it's most valuable really for G2 if they can find an opening pick to immediately realize where the defense is.
Yeah.
And a lot of the time that's going to give you the idea
Bunlar
to
B'ye
just fast
oynayacak
push
gibi
a
ha.
site. You know what agent you're facing, so you know what abilities you're going to be coming up against. Although at this point, I think you probably have a pretty good read of where your
Aha!
opponents are.
Helal lan Cino.
Helal lan
Çok
Cino.
güzel ki.
CNED is now.
Çok güzel bir olay.
Not quite working out as CNED gets a double.
Vurdum.
Mixwell eliminated. Eventually goes back just to
Timing'e bak.
the
Ne yapıyor,
smokes
ne yapıyor
around
manyak?
actually, just to get him out, but that was unfortunate.
Rus, çok
It
güzel
faded
Rus.
the Omen when just as he went to go.
Nice!
away.
Nice oğlum,
And
güzel
luckily
trade.
Russell
Bittiler,
behind
saçmalıyorlar
trades
şu an
it
ya.
out in a 4v1.
Çok
Very
güzel,
difficult
çok güzel.
situation for Pith, and
Bunu da
what
öldürürsek
should be a
süper
10th
olur
round
aslında.
for
Ekonomi
BBL.
şey yapmayalım ya.
Yeah, even though CNED was unable to
Bizim
Bizim daha
escape,
kötü
that was
ama ya.
ultimate
Evet,
Salsınlar
o da var.
bence.
Bizim de
lockdown
kötü.
as they tried to push up into his position.
Güzel 10-10. Hadi.
BBL
iyi topladık biz kanka. Silah düşürmedik bak
Bu
fazla.
map çok önemli. Bu map'i
Much of a
alsak
chance
süper
in this,
olur
I'll be
ya.
honest. He's waiting and hoping they'll make a mistake and ideally trying to hold on to his weapon.
Askent.
Or the timing on this. Aslan has just missed
Yakalayacağım lan
him.
Aslan onu galiba. Ah bir baksa
But he's not
yakalayacak.
pushing out, he's not getting too greedy and aggressive.
Askent.
He's going to wait it back for now.
Kumlu değil diğeri işte.
Kumlu değil diğeri mi? O split oğlum.
Just dancing around each other.
Askent en son yeni gelen
There
var.
we go. Spotted eventually. That allows his
Ne yapıyor
teammates to
bu?
come through and look to finish him off. 6
Yat lan
seconds
aşağı, ne
left
yapıyorsun amına
forward.
koyayım?
Pith went into his death.
Bu map'i biz seçtik Erdal abi. Bu map bizim map'imiz, onların map'i Askent.
Second kill. Trying to find his way in.
Hey, double digits for BBL. This is definitely doable. Those 2 rounds in a row restore a lot of faith. We're going to see the full buy for G2, but it's not about the weapons anymore. It's not about the ultimates that they've got, because at that they're at a disadvantage. It's all comes
Böyle
down
aldık mı
to,
ekolar ya.
are they able to win
Direkt
this
yarı
round?
ekolar, light çekerler
and
dediğin
even
gibi.
then, there will be enough money for
Böyle
BBL to get a
alırsak
buy.
12'yi vermemek
Because
için
Jet can just use her
force buy
ultimate.
gelecek.
That's the
O
benefit
elde
for
aldık mı
CNED.
bitti maç.
He doesn't actually need a
Olabilir.
weapon in the
Hadi,
next
let's go.
round.
Yok ya light çekerler her türlü.
This is quite a difficult 12-10 for G2
Light
if they
armor
are to
falan
make it there.
çekerler.
Hiç belli olmuyor
öyle
da bu oyunda
bayağı.
adam. Çekiyor light'ı 2 tane atıyor gelip.
The spot's going to be found for now.
Çok güzel shotlar lan. Aa yemedi.
Lego trying to get the shot darks off, but it's not going to work just yet. Aslan put
Aslan,
himself
vurdun
in a
oğlum
good
ona.
spot at least to find this push coming through, but Paratech, he lands the headshot. Great timing coming in there.
Vuruşa bak.
The ult goes through. Kiro's trying to avoid
Ah
it. He's able to
be.
get
Ah,
away. He's straight away
Alsan.
done. Piv gonna go find their
4-2 lan.
positions. He's gonna understand exactly
Ama
how
revival
close they
var
might be. G2 know they want to get this down.
Kaldırmayacak bence.
They've only lost their Omen so far. Spike's gonna be planted. And we saw the ult orb was straight away picked up there after Artist has used his ult
Kaldırdı
himself. So
vallahi.
he's gonna try and regain that as much as possible. He's picking up plenty of kills throughout the game.
Koruyacağız mı? Aynen.
Koruyacağız ya.
Well, with the time taken away, I don't think there's any chance you're really going to be going in for this, James, are you? So,
It makes sense. I'm down with this decision making.
yeah, it has to be the save. BBL, 11-10 down. We mentioned they've got the ability to buy up in the next. And I think had this been even a 2v4, they probably would have went for it just because of how the economy's sitting. If they've got someone actively looking at that, which I'd imagine one of the 3 boys left is doing. And so for BBL, it's a shame that they couldn't fight anything in the entry, but that's realistically what happens, right? If you allow a team to walk in, triple dominate those aim duels, get a spike plant, you don't deserve a chance back into that most of the time, like you've already messed it up. And so this is really it at this point because they're investing so much. I'm curious to see if CNED continues using the operator in this round, or if it's going to be the ultimate, and indeed, obviously, continuing to use it. They're going to invest fully into it. He can still use the ult as well as a backup, but I'd imagine, again, best to save it for the next round when one of your players isn't going to be able to buy, so at least then you can be selfless. Be a good teammate.
Already the spam at the doors non-stop here from G2. Want to see if they can tag anyone up or at least keep
Midden
them at
pushlamadı mı
bay.
ya Cino? Pushlayıp vurmadı mı ya? Bir tane kill almadı mı?
Vurdum.
Just hoping
Hızlıca.
that maybe someone from BBL might
Çünkü midi
overextend
çok
here.
boş bırakıyorlar. Hiç pushlamadık midden
He's
mesela.
super cautious. Piff just ensuring no one snuck through that window. Pretty split up right now from the side of G2 though.
İçer misin?
Evet. Şu an
Bit closer.
Fox.
Arada oyun
Towards
tıkandığında
B,
Cined'i
now
salmak
Piff is
lazım kanka
scouting
bir
out
yerlerden.
towards A.
İşte onu diyorum ben de. Mesela midden hiç
Onu
pushlamadık ya
yapmamız
kanka.
lazım.
In BBL.
Salsak Cined'i.
They've not been able to capitalize on just hitting one spot and finding out the secret to success yet.
Böyle hep kritik roundlarda Cino farkını koyuyor işte. Oynatmak lazım Cino'yu.
aa dediğin oldu lan.
Well, that's why
Ne
you see
oldu?
so much versatility,
Bayrak.
right? They're just swapping it up again and again.
Evet.
Avrupa
Avrupa
Birliği
Birliği yaptılar
bayrağı oldu.
bayrağı.
Moving in for just a straight up A hit, and
En
this is the
mantıklısı-
right call. You only got one agent here. No, sorry, you've got the two. Excuse me.
İkiyiz lan Arda.
Buradan Bahadır Güven'e afiyet olsun
Like,
efendim.
missing the shots. Dash in
Hadi
by
oğlum.
Jet, but they don't know about
Helal
Aslan.
Aslan.
It was
Helal
good to get
olsun.
one, a second on the
Güzel, iki
spray,
kill,
but
çok
took a little
güzel.
too long
Üç
to
ve
take
üç.
down
Üç ve üç.
Mixwell. And so the trade was there from David P. The old pop by CNED, but before he can even throw a knife,
Nice lan,
he's
Rus.
taken
Nice,
down.
Rus.
The trade's
Ultisi var,
back by
Rus'un
Rus.
ultisi var.
This keeps them alive. It keeps them in a position where they can get it done. Surely
Oraya
not going to
geçsin,
expect
oraya
David P to
aldım.
already be up on top of the wall.
Alttan git, alttan git.
Or
Kero
being there
yardım
in
et oğlum.
general.
Kaldır
He
oynayın,
falls
kaldırın
back after
oynayın.
being spotted. And this is just delaying, just running that clock down from G2.
Aa,
They've
kaldırabilir,
got the
buz
time
var.
to play with.
Yo
The
bu
res is possible. Russ is going to go for it, bait
Oyna,
them out
oyna,
into the
oyna,
open,
oyna,
looking
oyna,
for the
oyna.
fight. They don't
Çok güzel.
bite on us.
Ultisi de
Smart,
açık.
real smart, and straight away
Nice!
Sinner goes back
Nice
down.
Kero.
Hadi oğlum.
It's all on Paratech.
Kapat!
He's right on the edge of it.
Yapma, yapma!
Huge! Second kill comes in. He saves the
Kapatamadı,
day for his team.
kapatamadı.
That is a round that should have never been Paratech.
Oğlum.
Absolute boss mode decision. BBL had it in their grasp, used the revive.
Abi bu nasıl şanssızlık
Keşke
ya? Bu
erken
nasıl
bassaydı lan.
kanka
This is
ya?
disgusting. So first of all, Jets ult again, just
Düzgün
canceling
kapatayım diye
out
herhalde
everything.
şey yaptı
Yeah,
ya.
don't-
Göremedi.
The timing
Evet.
for Paratech
Emin
going
olmak
forward.
istemedi.
They try to wall him off, just a little too
Nerf yedi
shallow.
artık uzaktan
A
basamıyorum
free
kanka
kill.
bizi ya.
Oh my, and it looks like Russ was confused
Ah
as to where he
be.
could be because he was going in to
Sinirli göreyim
defuse.
diye.
Var paramız var ya.
I
Biz
think
Well,
what Russ
yeah.
thought was that obviously if he
Yine
got the
boys.
first kill because the spike's down, he'll just
Hadi
back
oğlum,
away,
buradan,
not
hadi.
stay there.
Yeah.
But he just sat there. He was willing to wait. Come into my playground, he said.
Yavaş amına koyayım, yavaş.
That's ridiculous. Honestly ridiculous. G2 now in a spot where at 12-10, Losing this map is unlikely. We talked about their win percentage when it comes to attacking rounds. 90% when they start here out of 5 games. That wall again, a little bit too late. Already in there, Mixwell's ready to take a fight. It looks like they might be aware of that due to the spams, but it doesn't matter. Patatek and David P opening up these fights, leaving CNED on 1 health. And with time running down, still 50 on the clock. There's no pressure for G2. There's no issues whatsoever. Mixwell caught off guard, still comes out on top. Looking for a flawless final round until Patatek falls, but at least he gets the info.
Oh, Mixwell. Yeah, just putting the knife into him at the end, just to say, do you know what? You may have made it close, but you only got 1 more round compared to the last time.
Bence de bayağı iyiydi ya. Gerçekten.
G2, it's starting to look scary for him, Mitch. I'll be honest. I was thinking, could this be going against them, especially after Ardis's hard work.
O round kırılma anıydı ya. Yarım saniye önce atsa o buzu kanka.
Timing olan yeri diyorsun.
Yarım saniye önce atsa çözdük, aldık roundu ya. 11-11 oldu.
Yeah, well that's the thing, right? Look, he's down there bottom fragging the server.
Olsun.
Definitely not the performance from Mixwell that we really expect.
Şimdi 1-0 onlar önde.
And I'm
İkinci maç Askent. Onların map'i. Onu alırsak 1 puan okey ya. 1 puana gayet okeyiz yani. Pebe 60k kemik kitlemiz ellerim titriyor baba maşallah oğlum helal be böyle eyvallah. Yasin Rakun Kemal kazanırsak davul çalman yok mu demiş. Kemal hazırda ya. Kizentak 2 aydır. Çok teşekkürler. Royalian 13. renkli olsun. Burak hoş geldin bize. Klakinmel 7. renkli olsun abi eyvallah. Maymun Rektör teşekkür ettim. Cined'in fotosunu da gönderemedik. Minecraft 21 19 aydır. Crowdeer 33 aydır. Leo TV 4 aydır. Kürşat 6 hoş geldin. Kaktüs bu nasıl G2